to welcome everybody. Oh, before I do that, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are out here. You deserve a big round of applause.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Millie. This is the 7th dedication that we're doing for the veterans at Independence Villages. It is the first one we're doing in Ohio. So you have the knowledge of knowing that you are the first in the state to get this kind of dedication. So this is the first one for the state of Ohio. It's by far going to be the last one. I have at least 4 more to do. For anybody who's a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, if you don't see a biography on the wall, don't fret. There's only one of me and a lot of you, and I have quite a number of properties I have to go to do these biographies. So what's on the wall now is just the beginning. This is a perpetual project, so it will be added to every time I get a new veteran or two to interview. You'll go up on the wall and we'll have a smaller ceremony for the new veterans who get put up on the wall so they don't feel kind of left out or anything. I want to thank and acknowledge the presence of Officer Tibbetts. Where is he? Fran Tibbetts, right there. Police Chief Strader, Fire Chief Herner, Tammy Bertrand from the Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Nelson. I just saw him. There he is, right there. I want to thank all of you for coming. We also have a special guest, the mayor, Mayor Zilka. So he'll be saying a few words, but first I want to bring Kelly up here. Kelly is the executive director of Independence Village here. She's only been here a few months. I keep telling her she's the nicest executive director I've met at all the communities, but she just doesn't believe me. So show her that she is one of the best. No.
Thank goodness we got paid yesterday. I can give them $5 for saying that, but
It's supposed to be 10.
we're still in negotiations, needless to say. So I am very excited about this dedication wall. I think it's well-deserved and needed for a long time. I'd like to thank Sean for all his time and effort. I think outside of my job being the best job in the world, I think Sean has the best job in the world. He gets to spend time with our veterans who have helped build this country and fight for our freedoms and made it what it is today. And I know my grandfather was in the Navy. I had an uncle that was an Army paratrooper. And I actually have a cousin who's younger than me that graduated from the Coast Guard Academy. So, and I think one of my sons might be considering a branch of the armed forces. So it is very noble and honorable, and I think I'm forever grateful for the service of the men and women of this country. So I think this is well deserved, and I'm happy that we are the first building of Independence Village in Ohio to make this happen. So thank you for attending. Thank you to our guests, and most of all, thank you to Sean for helping us make this happen. And absolutely, thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
I should probably give her $10. We're still negotiating. Also, like Kelly had touched upon, I have the absolute best job in the world. They actually pay me to talk to living, breathing history such as yourselves. I started this 7 years ago as a personal hobby, and I just became so enamored with people of your generation. I put myself through CNA school, became an RA that you see running around here. I was working as an RA in the Brighton facility for 3 years when the media got a hold of what I was doing for the veterans. And once that happened, it was on NPR radio. PBS did a special on me. PBS did a special on me. They followed me around with cameras for like a week. It was really cool. I didn't get a raise or anything out of it though, which kind of sad, but it was still fun. Once that happened, the project took on a life of its own. And that's when the powers that be at corporate decided I did not need to be a resident assistant anymore. I need to go to all of the communities that we have and do this and take your biographies and your histories. For those who don't know it, once your biography is taken, it's also submitted to the National Archives in Washington, D.C. For future generations to study and read and learn from. So your great-great-great-grandkids could contact the National Archives in Washington, look up your name, and get the information and a copy of your biography. So that's kind of a big deal to be in the National Archives. The flag that we have displayed here was flown over a forward operating base in Iraq. That's kind of an honorable thing to have because it was actually in a war zone flown over a military base. So we have a little certificate of authenticity for that. Then you have the models that I built, and then the biographies themselves. So that's what the project encompasses. Again, this is a perpetual thing. If I haven't gotten to you, I will get to you, and you will be added to the wall. Maybe piecemeal, but you'll definitely be added to the wall. As a new resident moves in, if they're a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, I will meet them and do the same thing I've done with most of you and take their information. So right now, I'd like to bring up the mayor, Mayor Zilka, to say a few words.
Thank you, Sean, for doing what you've been doing around the Midwest. We appreciate that. We're glad you're getting the recognition. It's a pleasure and honor to be asked to speak this afternoon because the importance of people serving our country is so great, and sometimes some people don't pay appropriate attention to people who have given many years of their lives, and some people have paid the ultimate sacrifice. While someone is serving in the military, it's also a very personal thing for the families. Family members who see son, husband, daughter go off to war, go off to service, and the letters come in, and the letters are put in a box and kept. And my experience has been that going through family treasures, if you will, my wife's family treasures, discovering those letters and seeing and hearing the tone of what's going on wherever they were, whether they were in the southeast area or they were in Europe and so forth. One of the things we just came across is a Spanish-American War sewing kit from my wife's great-great-uncle who served in the Spanish-American War, and it had pins and it had thread and little notes in it, and it was tied with a little string and so forth, and just the thought that that went with him in battle was very meaningful. She also has a cane from one of her great-great-whatever grandfathers who fought in the Battle of Chickamauga, and on the handle of the cane is carved Chickamauga, and it's really an incredible work. And the thought that that is so old and represents so much of our American history. But again, once back to those letters and those pictures that you have, it's all very meaningful. When I look at the paper, I look at the obituaries. And I always find it interesting. There will be some people who will have the most recent picture of their departed, but many will also have the military shots of the departed. And I think that's significant of how much that experience affected their lives and made who they were through the rest of their lives and their service. So we need to give tribute to all of you who may have served, men and women, or those of you who have close family members who served, and also those of you who have memories, many of them fond, some of them not so pleasant, but the fact that you remember people who serve is a very important thing. So we salute you, and as a community, we're going to have a public recognition of veterans, of course, on Memorial Day, and we also do that on Veterans Day because you are so important to the fabric of our city. So congratulations for being here. We join you with your remembrance of those who served from your family, and just keep that memory going. Thank you.
Because of modern technology right now, you guys are on Facebook Live around the world. So wave to the world. Wave to the world. A little more enthusiastically, Millie, wave to the world. to do now is I would like to bring Mr. Spencer, Bob, also up to the display here. We're going to have Leo Franciscus is going to cut the ribbon that Neil and Bob will be holding. And then once they cut the ribbon, then I will take down the sheet that's hiding, concealing the biographies, and then you take your time, look over the biographies and read them and ooh and ah at the history that's up on that wall. And then we're going to eat, which is like the best part of this whole thing. So, okay? So, Leo? Over there. I'm going to take your picture. Everybody here that's going to be here?
I think so.
Okay, let's dedicate this. Leo, go ahead and cut the ribbon, buddy.